Good morning. Okay, this quick video is going to explain how we're going to fill out and design a synchronous counter. Remember, we have to go from 1, 3, 5, 1, and 3. We cannot use 1 and 3 over again, so we have to use 11 and 9. Because this Q4 here and here are not really used, a 9 looks like a 1. And 11 looks like a 3 because we're not using this column. Okay, so the first thing we should do is fill out the present count. And I did it from 1 to 15, only I used only the ones that we're going to be using. I'll fill the rest out later. So we're going to start at 1. So from 1, we're going to use 3, but we're going to use the 11 as a 3. Okay? Then once you go from 11, which is 3, we're going to go here. 3 goes to 5. Okay? Then we have to go from 5, which is up here, to 9, which is here, which is actually a 1. Okay? Then from 1, we're going to go to this 9, which looks like a 1, to 3. The actual 3, because it's 0, 1, 1. Then the last thing we need to do is go from 3 back to 1. So this way it'll count 1, 3, 5, 1, 3 logically. So we need to fill out this column. The way we fill out this column is to use the excitation table. So this Q is present count. This Q is next count. And if you noticed, I have these color coded. So let's say, for instance, for this first one, we have a 0 and a 1. A 0 and a 1 makes the JK here a 1 and an X. The next one is a 0 and a 0. So a 0 and a 0 makes JK a 0 and an X. We move to the next color column, so we have 0 and 1. We go 0 and 1, which makes JK 1 and X. 1 and X. Then the last one is 1 and 1. We go to the excitation table. A 1 and a 1 gives you an X and a 0 for the J and the K. After you fill all of them out, you'll look down each column. Okay, each column. If there's 1s and 0s and X's for the don't cares, you need to get a K-map. Okay, so right now we need a K-map for J4. K4 has only X's and 1s. So we're going to tie K4 high. We're going to use J3. That has 0s and 1s, so we're going to need a K-map for J3 as well. For K3, that's all X's and 1s, don't cares and 1s, so that K3 will be tied high. J2 has 1s and 0s, so we're going to need a K-map for that as well. This next column, which is K2, only has 1s and don't cares, so that'll be tied high. This one, J1, has all X's, so it doesn't matter whether you tie that high or low. It doesn't matter. This last one, which is K1, is all 0s and don't cares, so that has to be tied to ground. You have to do your K-maps going down this section. And remember K-maps, and I'm going to give you an example of what your K-map should look like. And remember, we always fill in the numbers, right? So what I want you to do is go do a K-map for J4, J3, and J2, and then send it to me. And let's see what the logic would be. Remember, you have to do groups of 2, 4, 8, 16, as big as you can. All right, good luck.